Very recently, we got our first look at two new characters coming to Nick All Star Brawl. These characters are April O'Neil and CatDog. I said before I didn't really want to do speculative content, but these two especially interested me. Plus, this is the first time we've had trailers dedicated to one character. What that means is that we'll hopefully get a better grasp at what's in store for the game. Instead of trying to piece together a bunch of different moves from every character into a cohesive kit, we can actually see what moves do in a full character. I'll probably cover CatDog's trailer at a later date, but for now I'd like to talk about April. April is, in my opinion, the coolest character revealed for the game so far, so I'd like to talk about why I think that's the case. Now, at first glance, I thought April was a very basic character. However, upon further evaluation, this could not be further from the truth. Looking further, April has a ton of hidden depth that is noticeable in the trailer. You just have to dig deep for it. Strap in as we analyze what might be the most complex character yet. The reason that April seems so simple at first is a lot of the time she's on screen is taken up with a slow swing with a studio mic. This mic stand attack might not seem like much, but it appears to be a very important part of April's kit. The first time it's used, it comes out moderately slow and shows a strong hit effect. However, the move doesn't send very far. This implies that the effect isn't tied to the actual knockback, but could still be tied to move's power. We see it again in the very next clip, hitting Helga pretty far away. This clip already potentially shows something important to the gameplay, which is that disjointed hitboxes actually come out faster closer to the user. This may seem like a no-brainer, but in games like Rivals this isn't always the case. This still shows yet another use for the move as well, as it's a little faster at close ranges, making it quite scary. Also, the move is used on the ground instead of the air, which proves it must be a special of some kind. In the third clip, we see it deflect SpongeBob's bubble. While this could be a property of SpongeBob like Goddess of Explosion's Fireball, this leads me to believe that the mic is a reflector. The last clip with the mic shows some pretty sick tech. On the bus map, April jumps off the road and hits both Ablina and Helga standing on it with the tip of the mic. She then seems to get on the bus without grabbing the ledge, with a weird animation. While this could just be some bizarre physics with the bus, this could also be a waveland, an advanced tech where you air dodge onto the stage. Maybe not though, as April is likely still in the end lag of the special? Who knows, it's certainly very weird. Overall, the mic move is very strong and versatile, and might tie into April's main gimmick, but we haven't seen any full confirmation that it does. Oh yeah, what's April's gimmick, you ask? Well, April has a meter in the form of stars. If you're not paying attention, this is very easy to miss, but I think I have a good idea how this works. You see, during the first clip again, we see April do this running attack with a camera. Honestly, I'm not sure what move this is. There's another move that's more likely to be forward special, and while it could be dash attack, Slap City didn't have those. However, if you looked really closely, you could see April now has yellow stars around her. In a few other clips, she has various colors of stars as well. For example, she hits both Ablina and Helga at the same time with what looks like forward special, which gives her green stars. Lastly, we don't see her get them, but she does have purple stars in certain clips. There is one thing all of the places where she gains stars have in common though, and that's cameras. It seems that when she hits with a camera attack, it adds a star. We can see this doesn't apply on whiff when we see the terrifying looking triple camera flash attack whiff, and it also doesn't work when reflecting projectiles, as seen when she only gets the yellow star for hitting Danny. Oh yeah, also the rolling camera special reflects things too. There is one other camera move in the kit, but we didn't really get to see it. For a brief moment, April places a camera as a stage hazard, but it's quickly destroyed. You can see what level the stars are at by looking at April's mic. The number of stars floating around her mic determines the level. We didn't see it, but I assume one yellow star is level 1. We did see levels 2 and 3, shown by 2 green stars and 3 purple stars, respectively. Now, we only have one known use for the stars currently, and that's the chargeable mic smack that seems to be forward strong. It gets stronger with every star and seems to gain armor at its 3rd level, making it a devastating kill option. Now, I'd assume that this would apply to more attacks, such as the large Mike special. However, there's no evidence of that being the case quite yet, as we don't see the stars go away before the screen transition. Now, let's take a minute to analyze this. Every character up to this point has seemed fairly simple, with fun but standard moves without too much going on. Now here comes April, who has resource management, and on top of that, a destroyable stage object that ties into that gimmick. Now this drastically expands the scope of what characters can do. I still wouldn't expect anyone as complex as, say, Rival's Shovel Knight, but we can see a lot more stage control. And as a quick side note, we do! There's a quick shot of one of Zim's lawn gnomes stuck in place and shooting off some sort of electricity. What it does? Who really knows? We didn't really get an indication, but I'm sure we'll find out. At first, I thought this was a background element, but considering this is on the Technodrome stage, and isn't in other shots of it, I'm pretty sure this is tied to Zim. Anyway, that's enough of Zim. Let's get back on track and finish talking about April. Believe it or not, we've actually covered a lot of what was in April's trailer, as her trailer mostly fixated on specific attacks. However, we have a few more to cover, the first of which is a very strange aerial. After Powdered Toast Man destroys her camera, she jumps into the air and does a split kick, knocking him upwards. At first, I thought this was a clear-cut neutral air, but now I think it could be down air. It seems like that hit was actually a weak hit of the move, as a strong-looking hit effect appears when she slams her ankles together. This could imply that the move functions like a spike down air, but has a weak hitbox with more moves as well. This theory seems to be confirmed when we see April fight Danny later in the trailer. After whiffing a bicycle kick that's likely up air, April breaks out of Danny's juggle using the split kick again, hitting with the later hit and sending Danny downwards. The up air is also a cool looking move that seems to have a lot of range, but we can't really tell what it does as it doesn't actually hit anyone. The last aerial we see in the trailer is this move that looks like a sex kick. It's probably Nair, and it does exactly what you'd expect. It's very fast, sends out, and gets people off you well. There's not much to talk about this one, it's pretty basic. The only real ground normal we've seen is what seems to be forward tilt, a quick push away with the mic. This does not remove stars, but we do not know if it's powered up by them. Maybe there's some incentive to keeping them around? Only time will tell. The final move we have to cover is notably defined as April's Upstrong. She pulls out her notepad and does a sword swing upwards with a pencil. This move seems decently strong and also doesn't use up stars. This makes it a good option to use when conserving your resources. I'm not sure how useful this will be, considering you'll likely be fine with burning resources to use your kill options, but we will see. Overall, April seems to be a strong, well-rounded fighter with a lot of tricky options. The fact that her gimmick makes her stronger seems to hint that her normal kill power is low, but she has no shortage of ways to build up that meter. Since we can't see the actual percent and knockback, we can only assume, but with her speed and build, I'm gonna assume she'll be one of the lighter characters. Overall, April gives us a pretty solid look into how characters for All Star Brawl are being built. While I assume some characters are gonna feel like early Smash characters with minimal gimmicks, which is important for accessibility as a party game, April shows that movesets can get way more intricate than what we've currently seen. I love how she looks so far, and I'll definitely be trying her out. But what do you think of her? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you want to see some more exciting character reveals for a different platform fighter, come check out Workshop 2 prints on September 18th and 19th. I promise you, it'll be a lot of fun. I'll try to post a CatDog analysis in the near future, but I wanted to crank this out tonight. Until then, I'll see you next time!